In a remote village surrounded by hills and streams, there lived a boy named Arjun. His family was extremely poor, barely able to survive on the meager earnings of his father, who worked as a laborer, and his mother, who sewed clothes for the villagers. Despite the challenges of their life, Arjun had a spark in his eyes, a quiet determination that separated him from other boys his age. Arjun dreamed of a better life, not just for himself but for his entire family. He wanted to break free from the chains of poverty that had bound his family for generations. While other children played in the fields, Arjun spent his evenings watching the stars, wondering if they held the key to his destiny. One day, as Arjun walked home from gathering firewood, he noticed an old man sitting under a large banyan tree. The man had a mysterious air about him, with his long beard and piercing eyes. In his hands, he held a small wooden box. Intrigued, Arjun approached the man and asked, "What is in the box?" The old man looked at him with a faint smile and said, "This box contains the path to your destiny, but it is not for the faint-hearted. Only those with courage and determination can unlock its secrets." Arjun's heart raced with excitement. "May I have it?" he asked eagerly. The old man studied Arjun for a moment and handed him the box. "Take it, but remember, this is only a guide. The real journey depends on your willpower and perseverance." Arjun thanked the man and ran home. That night, under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, he opened the box. Inside, he found a single piece of paper with the words, "Follow the stars to find your destiny." Confused but intrigued, Arjun climbed onto the roof of his house and looked up at the night sky. The stars twinkled brightly, and one star seemed to shine more brilliantly than the others. Without hesitation, Arjun decided to follow it. The next morning, before the first rays of sunlight touched the village, Arjun packed a small bag with some dry bread and water and set out. He walked for hours, his eyes fixed on the star that seemed to guide his path. By evening, he reached the edge of a dense forest. The star still shone above, urging him forward. As he ventured deeper into the forest, fear gripped him. The tall trees blocked the moonlight, and strange sounds filled the air. But Arjun reminded himself of the old man's words and pressed on. After several hours, he stumbled upon a small, dimly lit hut. An elderly woman with kind eyes opened the door. She looked at Arjun with curiosity and asked, "What brings you here, child?" Arjun told her about the old man, the box, and the message inside. The woman nodded as if she understood everything. She invited him in, gave him some food, and said, "Rest here tonight. Tomorrow, your real test will begin." The next morning, the woman handed him a cloth with a map drawn on it. "This map will lead you to a place where many have tried to go but few have succeeded. Be brave, and trust your instincts," she said. Arjun thanked her and continued his journey. The map led him to a mountain with a narrow cave entrance hidden among the rocks. Gathering his courage, Arjun stepped inside. The cave was cold and dark, and the air was damp. He lit a small torch and moved forward. The path inside the cave was filled with challenges. At one point, he had to cross a narrow wooden bridge over a deep pit. The bridge creaked with every step, but Arjun kept moving. Further ahead, he encountered a door with a riddle carved into it. It took him hours to solve the riddle and unlock the door. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Arjun reached the heart of the cave. There, he found an ancient chest. Inside was a book titled, "The Secrets of Success." On the first page, a note read, "This book will teach you the skills and values you need to change your life. Use it wisely." Arjun left the cave with the book in hand, his heart filled with hope and determination. When he returned to the village, he began studying the book carefully. It was filled with lessons on hard work, creativity, and problem solving. One of the first lessons was about identifying problems and finding practical solutions. Arjun realized that in his village, the biggest problem was water scarcity. The villagers had to walk miles every day to fetch water from a distant well. Using the knowledge from the book, Arjun designed a system of pipes and canals to bring water from the well to the village. Building the system was no easy task. Arjun had to gather materials, convince the villagers to help, and work tirelessly day and night. Many people doubted him and even mocked him, but he didn't let their words discourage him. After months of hard work, the system was complete. For the first time, water flowed directly into the village. The villagers were overjoyed and couldn't believe what Arjun had accomplished. They began to see him as more than just a poor boy, he was now their hero. News of Arjun's success spread to nearby villages, and soon, a government official visited to see the water system. Impressed by his ingenuity, the official offered Arjun a scholarship to study engineering in the city. Arjun was both excited and nervous. Leaving his family and village was a difficult decision, but he knew this was his chance to achieve his dreams. In the city, life was completely different. The streets were noisy, the people were busy, and the competition was fierce. Despite the challenges, Arjun worked harder than ever. He spent long nights studying and experimenting, often skipping meals to save money. Whenever he faced failure, he remembered the lessons from the book and kept going. One day, during a class project, Arjun invented a machine that could pump water from deep underground using minimal energy. His invention was a breakthrough, especially for rural areas where water was scarce. The invention gained national attention, and Arjun was invited to present it at a major conference. There, he shared his story, a story of a poor boy from a small village who had dared to dream big and overcome countless obstacles. His words inspired many people, and soon, organizations and investors offered to support his work. Arjun used their help to mass-produce his water pumps and distribute them to villages across the country. His invention changed the lives of thousands of people, bringing water and hope to places that had long been forgotten. Years later, Arjun returned to his village, no longer the poor boy who once stared at the stars, but a successful engineer and inventor. He built schools, hospitals, and better infrastructure for his village and many others like it. As he stood under the same banyan tree where he had first met the old man, Arjun felt a deep sense of gratitude. The journey had been long and filled with challenges, but it had also been worth every step. The villagers, who once doubted him, now celebrated his achievements. Arjun's story became a legend, a reminder that no matter how difficult life may seem, with determination, courage, and hard work, anything is possible.